Hi everyone, welcome to Aldo Meets Podcast. Just a big shout out obviously for Hotel Anfield, because without the hotel and pizza we wouldn't be here. And the headline sponsor, Budweiser. I do like Mau Lager's a nice lager, to be fair. Beyond Hospitality, it's big sponsors. Onyx Real Estate, RW Invest, Kingdom Plumbing, Northwest Fencing, Bell Lamb, Johnson Solicitors, STS Sovereign Transport Services, and all the proceeds for the charities go to now An Hour with Others, or An Hour for Others, and the Silly Goose Foundation. So thanks to everyone.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me tell you the story of a poor boy. He was sent far away from his home to fight for his king and his country, and also the old folks back home. So they put him in a Highland division.
Hi everyone, Aldo here with episode 26 of Aldo Meets in conjunction with the Hotel Anfield. Delighted to say we've got with us today Finland Jan Molby, Jari Litmanen. What a player. What a skillful player who we love to watch from the Carp and at Anfield. So Jari, welcome, pal.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
good
you.
to see you. You're looking really fit.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You're still young enough to play in the Legends games, I imagine.
Yeah.
What are you up to now?
Doing some football things here and there. Mainly regularly visiting Finland Champions League studio and now upcoming World Cup.
Are you based in?
I'm based actually in Estonia with my
beautiful place.
Really nice. With my family there, and I'm going regularly to Finland. Like I said, for example, Champions League studio upcoming World Cup. But also my family is living there. Mom and dad and a lot of friends. So between those two countries.
That must be short distance because they're next to each other, aren't they?
Yeah. That's only 2 hours by ferry or half an hour flight. So that's easy. Easy going. Yeah. Really nice.
And what teams you follow? Obviously, you follow Liverpool from afar.
Yeah, for sure, I'm following Liverpool. I grew up with Liverpool, and I have been playing in many countries, many clubs. But one thing is sure, and that states I follow Liverpool, and of course there are ups and downs this season, like it's always with the big clubs.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you were in Liverpool? Did you get back very often? Or?
Not too often. 2 years ago, there was this Legends game, and it was Liverpool Ajax. I played for both sides for a while, but that was a little bit a tricky period for me because that was the first game for me in 4 years. I had this COVID.
He's making excuses up front.
That was a heavy period, but for 4 years. First game was here, Anfield, and it was really nice moment for me to be back at Anfield, to wear Ajax shirt and Liverpool shirt.
Special.
Yes, make it special, and for my mental health, it was important that I could start playing games again, and after that game, I have been playing. In 6-7 different games. So I mean that was really I remember it as a new life.
Do you know what I have to say about that? Because obviously I used to play in the Legends games and a lot of games, and I haven't played now. I forget what the last time I played. I love them, absolutely love them, and they say to you, when you're playing football as a professional, always play as long as you can because you'll never get the same feeling whether you're a manager or a coach than playing. Yeah. But even now, what I'm going to say to Jari now, like you're very good for your age. You're mid-50s.
Yeah, getting
just
55.
Keep on playing. Play the Legends games as much as I'd love to still be playing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm an old fart now, and I'm 67. But keep on playing, mate.
A grumpy old fart.
It's not only of playing. That's of course the main thing, but to see former teammates.
Yeah.
it's nice because you haven't spoken with them for years. You haven't seen them for years.
Yeah.
Some of them you are closer. Some of them you haven't had any contact for a while. So it's nice to be back.
Yeah.
And for me, like I said, I'm not coming too often to Liverpool to be in the city, to be at Anfield. That feels always special.
Who's your big friend when you were there?
Big Sammy, of course.
Oh, was he? Yeah, of course, absolutely, yeah.
There are two different Sammys, so the big one.
You mentioned then about suffering badly with COVID. So how long did that affect you for?
For years.
Years?
I was affected early stage, March 2020. There was no information about what to do with the COVID, what is COVID. It was some kind of sickness which was in China, came to Italy, Milano area. And then suddenly I was there. I didn't have any power to do anything. Didn't sleep well. I couldn't walk properly. I mean, any kind
Did
of
it affect your walking
movement.
as well?
Yeah. So
How
10
long
minutes
long?
walk and that was it.
How long did that?
The heavy period was for 3-4 weeks. I was just lying on bed in a sofa. Then 3-4 months it was something like that. I could only walk that 10 minutes, and I was totally tired. But then it took a couple of years. Like I said, I couldn't play football for 4 years. That was the most heavy. I did some kind of other sports, for example, playing lightly tennis or wintertime a little bit cross country skiing, 20 minutes. Now I'm just doing 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
To play paddle?
Yeah. We started paddle
It's
also, but those are the sports where you can decide yourself what kind of movement you are doing. But if you are playing football, you go with the flow, and that was too heavy. But it was affected for years.
Wow. Are you fully recovered now?
Yeah, I can say that I'm more almost fully covered. So mentally I'm fully covered, but I still see that sometimes that I'm getting too tired too quick. Some people are saying it's age, but
No, but it's a number. To be fair, James, you could do with that. You could do with that I wouldn't mess him.
I'll take it from you, Aldo. It's fine. Is that right? You came out of retirement last year to play in the lower leagues in Estonia with your sons?
Yeah, I mean, like I said it earlier before we started the broadcast, I said it. I have never finished, and that's true. I mean, there was a period of many years that I didn't play, but last season, my two sons were playing in a team, and they suddenly had a small group, and I was doing some own practicing outside the field, and the coach said it to me. Is it possible you are coming to practice with us? We get one player more. So I said, yeah, why not? I can practice 2-3 times a week, and then suddenly there was this registration last day. He said it. We need you. You have to be ready to play some games in the end of the season. 2 months to go.
Enjoy it.
I said it. Well, I can register myself, but let's talk about later what would you do with me. And in the final game, I played the last 30 minutes with my two sons.
That's lovely.
They were 17 and 19. So it was a special. I mean, what I said, it's special to be at.
Was they slagging you off?
Well, I mean,
fucking keep holding the ball, man.
But I mean, I have seen them growing as a kid and as a son, but also as a football player, and to be playing with them, it was something special. And all the other lads, also young lads, they didn't know anything about me, but their parents knew me, and they suddenly after the training and the games, they wanted to have a selfie. And
so shirt sales were through the roof. Well, So where did your sons grow up? Because you grew up in Lahti, a working class city in Finland.
Yeah.
And your sons in Estonia or Finland as well?
They were young, something like and 5 when we moved to Estonia. So now we have been living there with the family 15 years.
Yeah.
So they have been grown up in Tallinn, Estonia. So
how was it to grow up in Lahti?
well, it was typical. Let's say working city, middle class city. Our family, all bigger family, all that kind of same background. A lot of sport. It's a sport city, and when I'm saying sport city, that's the really winter and summer sports.
Yeah.
So I used to play ice hockey until 14 and
nice.
winter time. But winter time we had cross country skiing, we had ski jumping, we did it all kind of things. There were no computers, there were no 2 channels on television, so nothing to do inside, so just outside and summertime playing tennis, doing all kind of sports with the friends at school, after the school. So I mean, it was really nice
And
childhood.
at what age did you have a feeling that you might be destined for a proper career?
Well, I was lucky that my father used to play ice hockey, ski jumping, and football. And he was 18 years old. He decided to go only for football. So he said it to me. I was 13 years old. He said it that school is number one. Then you have to choose between football or ice hockey, because if you want to be good in one sport, you have to choose.
Yeah.
It's not possible to do twice a week or 3 times a week ice hockey training and then twice or 3 times of football. You have to choose. So it was a process. I was thinking a couple of months, and I said, I really love ice hockey, but my heart says football.
Was the football teams asking for your signature then?
It was not really professional football in Finland. Like my father, he went to work at factory from 7 to.
Well, you must have done that yourself then when you left school.
But I was at school until 19.
Similar. I was similar to me. I did till I was 20 football. But I was an engineer. So you must have been doing something similar to me.
I did school until studying until 19, and it was football and study. So we had practicing all before school. And then, in the evening. So I got some money because I was playing in the Finnish league, but I didn't get any salary. It was money if we won games. If it was a good season, I got some money. If it was bad season, less. But I mean, I was living with the parents and got food and
cheapest chips, isn't it?
Yeah. So I have tried to pay something back.
And then in 1992, some phone call arrived and life changed, I assume.
It actually all started when I was 1990. I finished my school in spring, then summer only football, then first clubs from foreign, they showed some interest. Some clubs in Belgium, some clubs in Holland, and Roy Hodgson invited me 2 weeks to Neuchâtel Xamax. He wanted to sign me, but the thing was, I was thinking, I need to go to army, and it's 11 months in Finland. If I'm not going now, I have to come back. I have to return 5 years time, or 6 years time, or 7 years time. So it's better do it now. So Roy has, for example, said it me many times, because he was later, for example, national team coach for 2 years, and we have met in several places. He has said, well, it was lucky you didn't come to Neuchâtel Xamax. And now we come to the 992, what you said it. It was a life-changing, not only as a football player, but also as a human being. I was 21 years old, and Ajax followed me, and then they invited me for 3 days training camp, middle of the Finnish football season. So we had a cup final on Thursday, Sunday game, then Thursday game. So I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to have a practice, which is totally crazy to think about these days. But I got 3 days. And I was a little injured on Monday, because in the cup final I got the kick. Monday couldn't do nothing, and Tuesday totally new guys, teammates, system. I didn't have any clue what to do, how to move. And Louis van Gaal was a manager. He said it in a meeting to the other people of the staff. Yeah, let's send him back to home. He can do anything. But then there was a physio and a main scout. They said, give him another chance. He's injured, and then Bergkamp cannot play tomorrow as a number 10. He has an ankle injury.
No pressure there, then, is it?
Yeah. So I got a second chance. I played on my position, the behind the striker.
It's a 10, yeah.
Yeah, number 10, and we won it something like 8-2, and I scored 4, and I gave 2 assists. And one guy said to me,
"Not bad.
You wanna come? You wanna come here? Yeah, why not? Yeah."
It's not quite John Aldridge level, but nearly.
Let's start to talk about your contract tomorrow.
Nice.
So
I'm not a bad manager to work for, by the way, as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you know it yourself. How small is the difference, failure and to be successful?
Absolutely.
So these kind of
and luck, a little bit of luck. Then we've got to make the most of the luck, don't
a
you?
Little bit luck, a little bit unluck, but it's a short line.
No, you won I didn't know that you won the Football of the Year in '93 and the Golden Boot.
Yeah,
in the same. Well, that's brilliant. It's only 6 league goals.
Yeah, my first year was the last year of.
It's nice to win the Golden Boots, and
it looks nice. It looks nice. But I mean, Dennis Bergkamp was playing his last season at Ajax, and he was great. And I was same position. So Louis van Gaal said to me, "Well, you have 1 year time. Learn the language, learn the culture, learn the system, learn." How to play on the number 10. You can play also on the midfield, number 6. You can play number 4. So I had 3 different positions, but my position was number 10.
Yeah.
He said it, you have 1 year time, then Dennis is leaving. So it was mentally really good message, strong message to me that I have 1 year time. And I needed that. I was not ready immediately. So I was happy that there was Dennis Bergkamp because he was much better. There was no any rivalry. I mean, he was playing if he was fit, and I was sometimes playing when he was not fit.
Okay.
So I played my best games.
He was older than you, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 2 years old.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was good to start that way. There was not that kind of pressure. And then when he left, there were some options on his position, and I got the chance, and I was a Footballer of the Year, and I won that golden boot. So it was not a bad start.
Do you know? I was just looking there. It's
crazy.
I played against Holland more often than any other international side, and that was in '88 when they had a proper team when they won the
European Championship.
They were a fantastic team, and then we played against them many times up till '96. I was just saying because we've got a bit in common. You played with a lot of players that I played against. Van der Sar, nice fella, by the way. Rijkaard, the Ball brothers, Clarence Seedorf, Davids, Overmars, Kluivert. Hey,
Kanu.
Gullit, Ruud Gullit. I have to say, the time when we used to play, Ruud, I thought was possibly, he was right up there with the best players in the world at that given time for me. What I've seen, they were a fantastic team.
Yeah, and you are saying it really good. It was a fantastic team. In 2 years' time, it was totally changed. Ajax won the UEFA Cup '92, and there were players like Aaron Winter and Johnny van Schip. Then Bergkamp left to Inter Milan. Wim Jonk went to Inter Milan.
That's right.
Then we changed the whole team. Davids came into team. Van der Sar, me, Finnish, George, Kluivert, Seedorf. So we formed a really good team. We wanted to work with each other and for each other. And we were not the best players on our positions, but together we were really strong. And that's in the football very important, that you cannot have automatically the best team with the best players. But the players who are playing together and feeling each other.
It's like, I sometimes I say we talk some good shit at times, like baking a cake. It's the ingredients. You know, I love cooking and watch all these. You've got to know, like, you get these top chefs, they get the ingredients and they put all into this dish. I liken it to that, like baking a cake. You've got a good manager who can put all the right ingredients, which we're talking about. You've got a fucking good cake to eat. You know what I mean? And I was lucky to be in that cake, and you were lucky to be in that cake, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I'm really, you know, pleased to see that you finished third in the Ballon d'Or in '95. George Weah won it.
Yeah.
George
Weah.
That's one for the.
So 3 years from playing football in Finland to winning the Champions League.
Yeah, and we talk about also crazy. How quick all things are going, how fast the life is going forward. '92, I was still playing Finnish competition, and 3 years later, I was playing in the Champions League final. How crazy is that?
And a few years later, on a light-hearted note before our first little break, apparently data shows that there have been 2,000 boys born during that time that were called Jari in the Netherlands. You know? So I'm not sure how many of them you've got something to do with.
There's loads and people call Aldo, you know.
Yeah, I bet.
Fucking loads.
A lot of Johns.
No, the dogs and cats.
It's got jack shit to do.
You know what? I get loads of people saying to me, "Oh, John, I named my dog after you. I made my fucking pet hamster." It's funny, like. Anyway, that's the end of part 1 with Jari Litmanen, and folks, we'll be back shortly.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me tell you the story of a poor boy. He was sent far away from his home to fight for his king and his country, and also the old folks back home. So they put him in a Highland division.
And Eric Meyer, you sold him your house.
Eric.
That was a funny story.
Yeah, well, tell us.
I came from Amsterdam, flying, and I was walking at the airport, and then I'm looking. That's a family face. That's Eric. That's Eric Meyer, because we used to play against each other in that competition, and I knew that he's going to Leverkusen. So I come to Liverpool, he's going to Leverkusen.
And the airport.
He's coming like this, and then I'm saying, "Hey Eric, how are you doing?" I'm fine. Good luck. Hey, by the way, I have a house. You have to sell it. So I was like, yeah, I take a contact. Good luck.
And you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. But it was like, we were walking like this.
And he bought his house on the
Can you give me the name of that solicitor? So fast, I've never heard that before.
So Jari, 1999, you go from Ajax to Barcelona. How do you look back on your time in Catalonia?
Well, it was a nice experience. I mean, that's one of the most beautiful clubs in the whole world. It's a special cup. It's not only football. It calls FC Barcelona, Football Club Barcelona, but they have one of the best basketball teams in Europe. One of the best handball. They have that kind of roll hockey. It's a community. It's not the normal football club. So I mean that's
it's my favourite ground other than Anfield's always been there. Do you know I played there 3 times? And I scored 2 goals in each game.
That's nice.
It's something that I look at. 8 goals I scored against Barcelona in 6 games. It's when you get lucky teams, like you've had lucky teams that you score against. Barcelona's the lucky team in my career. Goal per game average.
You was at Sociedad?
Yes, when I was at Real Sociedad. But you know what? That Camp Nou is fucking out of this world. You go in there and it's like going into a gladiators arena. And I've never forgotten you going. Where does it end? It's just magnificent. And I'll tell you a quick story. I scored against Atletico Madrid 1-0. We beat them late on, third last game of the season in '91. That won Barcelona the league. So we went to Barcelona the following week. So we come up and they clapped us on, obviously, because we did them a bit of a favour. And then we lined up. I'll never forget this moment. We lined up and they came on. Pep Guardiola, they came up and we clapped them on the par. And just there, they picked up the La Liga and I went like that. And I followed the cup and I looked. And 110,000 people. How fucking special. It was no matter who I support, it's the most special moment right up there with loads of, and then we beat them 3-1 and they scored 2, so fucking get in there.
Give me the trophy.
What a stadium.
It's a theater.
What a team.
It's a really special place. And of course the culture is a little bit different than the language and then the style of living.
It's a little bit like, the Basque people indirectly, the Catalonians, because some see them as Spanish, some don't. The same sort of thing.
And there have been actually many Basque players in Barcelona.
That's
team.
right. Yes.
Bekiristan at the moment. So I mean, they feel each other really good.
Did you play in the same team as them, or was that
later? A little bit later. I played with Guardiola, but it was a different generation with Louis Enrique, and then there were Rivaldo, Figo, then youngsters, Puyol, Xavi, Victor Valdes, Pepe Reina. Victor Valdes and Pepe Reina were third and fourth keeper for us. They were something like 18 old at the moment.
Can't wait to tell Pepe that when he's on here next.
Really special. Really special.
Yeah, and in terms of coming to Liverpool, I know Roy Evans has said he tried to sign you in 1998, and then Houllier tried to sign you in 1999 when you went from Ajax to Barcelona. Did you know that? Did they speak directly?
Yeah, I spoke a couple of times with Roy. He came to visit me in Amsterdam, and then there was an Everton tournament here, and I think it was in summer '97.
Right.
And then he came to visit me at the hotel. So I was really seriously thinking. But what I said it. Ajax has been so good to me. I don't want to force any transfer. So if you are talking with Ajax and you agree the deal, the transfer, then I'm ready to come. But I'm not forcing any.
You're happy?
I'm happy there, and I'm really thankful for the club. So they understood it. And they have offered some money, but Ajax said it. No, the guy is not for sale. So we forgot that first deal with Roy Evans, and then summer '99 I had 3 choices: Barcelona, Liverpool, or Bayern Munich. Those were the last 3 options. I had the offers on the table. What I want, where I want to go, and I was thinking that all 3 options are great, and then I decided to go to Barcelona because I was thinking that it's so different, the culture, the stadium, the club, the language, things like that. That I mean, that's something different, totally different. So I would like to go there. Plus, Louis van Gaal was a manager there. There were some former teammates, so I knew it. On a football way, what I
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You're so lucky, because I look back at I'm lucky to play for Liverpool because I'm Liverpool through and through, and Sociedad, love Sociedad. Everywhere I've been, I love the clubs, and I've been very fortunate in many ways. But I would have, looking back, I'd love to play for Barcelona after Sociedad or whatever. Barcelona, it's like I've always, as a kid, had this affection for Barcelona, and I think that's when going to the Camp Nou and you see things. When you walk out down that tunnel, first time, and you see people coming out the Camp Nou, and that first time I walked down, I didn't even know there's a chapel. There's a church.
Yeah. Used to be, there. Not anymore.
Used to be.
Church.
Jesus. Anyway, that's to bless yourself before you go on the pitch and get battered. And then you go there, and then it goes out like that, and then you go. It's just an incredible experience.
Yeah. But it was 12 against 11 immediately. Because they got some help from the chapel.
And the referees.
That's in Madrid.
So Jari, January 2001, when you finally do come to Liverpool, how did you find adjusting to English football? I think Liverpool fans will remember, I think it was your Premier League debut against Aston Villa, man of the match performance that day.
If we go a little bit back, so the first time, 97 with Roy Evans, it was close to come. Then 99, it was close, but to come, but chose for Barcelona. And after my first season, new president. Louis van Gaal wanted to leave. There came a new president and a new manager, and the manager said it. I chose for Rivaldo, so you don't have any position anymore in the team. So then I was thinking a couple of months what I want to do. And then I had a clear mind. Now I'm ready for Liverpool, so I would like to come now for Liverpool. And then we had contact with Houllier, and he was excited. Okay, let's do it. And then I needed to wait a couple of months, and then 1st of January 2001 I arrived, and I believe the first game was a League Cup semi-final, first leg. Palace out. And then the first league game was Aston Villa away, and
Man of the match.
Yeah.
Was it?
You got man of the match, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
fair.
Good to know.
Hey,
So I played good.
you came.
I mean, you didn't score 4 goals and 2 assists like you did for Ajax at the
Good enough
beginning.
though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But just looking there, you know, when Jari did come, people don't realise, like probably we did, you know, the competition that you came into. I'm not being funny. You come in, Emil Lesky, what a great player Emil was. You know, Michael Owen, fucking Robbie Fowler.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ, you put yourself there, and you know,
But the funny thing was, when I arrived, there was a lot of critic on Michael. He's injured, and Robbie is injured, and Emil is not performing that level is expected. But 2 months later, they all were in the starting lineup of the national team. We won League Cup and FA Cup and the UEFA Cup, and Michael was chosen at the end of the year, the player of the year in Europe. So, I mean, they suddenly woke up.
See, that's good management from Gerard's point of view, because you know, competition for Liverpool, as we always known over the years, it's so important to push people.
Yeah, drive standards.
You have to keep your standards
and
up.
we had for sure 20 players who were internationals, playing for German or Czechia or England or Finland or German. We had a quality group. Many teams that time, Man U or Arsenal, they had 14, 15 well-known players. So on the bench they had two or three well-known players, and then they had 2 or 3 players. We were thinking, who is he? He's from the youth. But we had, even on the stand, we had many times international
squad was very strong.
So we had plus minus the 20 guys who were internationals, different countries.
Was you on the bench when you played, when I was Tranmere manager in the quarterfinals?
Yeah.
You were on the bench, right? Because what he did, Gerard, that day, because the way we played Tranmere, he knew we were at it.
Yeah.
So we decided to play all the English-based players, didn't we, in that game?
Yeah.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
Plus, I played the youth team, so Liverpool could beat us.
And the field was not.
He didn't get that, did he?
And I remember that the field was not that good, and not at Anfield. different pitch.
And people will remember that World Cup qualifier here, England, Finland.
Yeah.
Which obviously cruel misfortune for you. You broke your wrist, didn't you?
I broke my wrist, and my season ended. 2 months to go. I missed the FA Cup final. I missed the UEFA Cup final. So thank you, Anfield, and my wrist. I mean, there are, of course, football injuries. You have ankle, twisted ankle, or you have a calf injury or a hamstring. But 25 years I have been playing as a professional football player, and once wrist at Anfield, and then I missed one of the most important games of the season, and one of the most important games.
How did you do it? Was it freak?
Rio Ferdinand's fault.
I was battling with Rio Ferdinand, and I had a feeling I have a ball. But then I had it, didn't have it, and then I got it again, and then it was a battle, and unlucky. I fell down, and normally you can put it the hand
the other way
and take this when you are falling down, you can take with your hand. But now it went like this, other way around, and I heard it immediately crack. Yeah. And then first thought was, something happened. Oh, it's painful. but we are losing 2-1. It's important. The physiotherapist, the doctor, they ask, how are you? I said, yeah, put some tape, I have something on the wrist. And I couldn't run anymore. I had to hold my wrist here inside, let's say, on the chest. And somehow I managed to play it. But then after the game, we walked to the tunnel. And I started to feel dizzy, and I went to the dressing room. I fell down. I saw everything on 3 pieces, and I had so bad feeling. So that adrenaline was so heavy during the game, but immediately I stopped playing. I was there lying on the ground, and then I was taken to the hospital, and there was a doctor who took some pictures, analyzed it, and he was so excited.
Selfie you are.
No, not that time yet. So there was an MRI or something like that, official picture at the hospital, and then he was so excited to tell me that it's a really special fracture, and I'm happy to see it in live. And I was, what the fuck? How long? And he was just going
I just
to
want
tell.
to know how long the game.
Yeah, he was just telling how special fracture and so clear. And I said, how long?
Talking about special injuries, though, Jari. I mean, you suffered a freak injury where somebody opened a bottle of lemonade and the top flew in your eye at Malmo or something along those lines. I mean, what was that all
team
about?
manager.
Team manager.
Yeah. We had it was 2006, and we had some internationals, and they were already preparing for a World Cup, Swedish international. So there was no league going on. We had a 4 or 5 weeks break. But we played a couple of friendly games, and I had just played a really, really good friendly game. And after the game, I was sitting on my place in the dressing room, and we had the lemonade on the floor, and I took one and I asked somebody opener. And then the team manager said, yeah, I can get it open. And I'm holding the bottle here 30 centimeters from my eye, and suddenly I couldn't see anything with my eye.
We can laugh about it now because
and 3 months out.
3 months.
No.
Yeah, because I couldn't see properly, and then there was some pressure, so I needed to take.
Is it all right now?
Well, it's never been 100%.
I'm over here, by the way.
John Barnes.
Oh, brilliant!
Right, and just before we go into our quiz in a minute as well, I think it's worth mentioning that you are still holding the record with 137 caps for Finland as well. That's still a national record, I believe.
Yeah, and I have been probably missing 50 or 60 because of injuries.
137. Is that 137?
Yeah. There's a statue of you, isn't there, outside the stadium?
Is it better than the Michael Jackson statue?
Yeah.
Does it look better than the Michael Jackson
Well,
statue?
it's much stronger body than me.
The Ronaldo one. That's
looks
even
like
worse, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Oh, that's nice though, isn't it? I think that's really nice, that.
Of course, it's
137 caps. I'm just thinking it now, other countries. There's not many people over the years. It'd be interesting to find out. That's right up there. With I don't know who's up there. There's not that many fucking caps, to be quite honest. That's brilliant, that.
Yeah. And I think
considering your injuries as well.
And with all due respect, but Finland isn't, let's say, England in terms of their
don't play
record
that
of
many
qualification.
games in them days,
but for me personally, in place of amount of games, for me it's more special that I was 21 year in the national team starting lineup player. Yeah. So 21 year.
Yeah.
And with my injuries, and that I was one of the youngest, or when I started, I was the youngest, and when I finished, I was oldest. So I mean, to be all the time in the top players, 21 year with the all kind of difficulties I have had it. So I respect that more than amount of games. It doesn't matter how many games, but 21 years starting lineup. That's special.
That's something, definitely.
Do you know what? I've really enjoyed it. You know, not having Peter or James, but Jari on the show today. You've done well, mate. This is top man. Respect, pal.
Thank you.
But you've got to do now the quiz. We do a special quiz.
Okay.
James.
Just before we get to the quiz, just when you look back on everything you achieved in football, can you appreciate what you did achieve rather than does it nag away at all, like the injuries, and think about what you could have done more, or are you able to over time to appreciate?
Well, you are saying it's really, really good. It's how you want to see it. I can look at that. I had the chance to achieve much more than I have achieved. But when I go back halfway of 80s, I was 14, 15 years old. I said it. I want to be a professional footballer. People were thinking you're crazy. Mm-hmm. You are not getting from Finland somewhere to be a professional footballer. So if we look at that, I dreamed about being a professional football player somewhere in the big clubs. I have achieved everything and a lot. I could play for Ajax. 9 years, longest period and most successful period for me personally. Barcelona, one of the biggest and most special clubs, and my childhood favorite club, Liverpool. So to be part of those three really nice, special clubs. So I can look at really positive back and really peaceful. Of course, there are moments that I was injured. I got problem with the wrist, things like that. But I mean, that's part of the life. That's part of the sport.
I get that. But you've done them clubs proud, and the fans adore you. But you've done yourself proud as well in adversity, which going through all them. Mm-hmm. And it's all right. People saying that injuries. I was lucky. I played till I was 40. I was not injured. But people don't realise when people get injured what goes on in the fucking head. And there's a lot of ex-players. Honestly, it's not easy when you've got to do things on your own and you're away from the crowd and they're training you. You're not. People don't get it. You've got to take it home, and your wife. You can argue with your wife or whatever. It's not great, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you come through all that, and also, you should be proud of that, man.
Yeah, and also, I mean, 9 years at Ajax. That was the longest period for me out of 25 years, and most successful. But for example, here in Liverpool, in England, in Asia, a lot of people remember me as a Liverpool player, and I was only playing 1.5 season here, and 2 months out of action because of the wrist. So I mean, that's something special that in short period
but you know,
time, like I became a Liverpool player.
But my son, like I said, Jari's come through. What a play! And you mentioned the name, people respect. You've left your stamp. Wherever you've gone, Liverpool, it doesn't matter. I was only here for 2.5 years or so, a bit more. But you leave our stamps, people respect that. Yeah. So well done, mate. So that's the end of the podcast with Jari Litmanen, Peter Schriewersmann and James Pearce.
We'll just do a quick quiz, shall we?
I'm going to do a quiz in a minute. I forgot about the quiz.
Right, so there's 6 questions. Let me just...
6 questions. You know why I switched 6 questions, don't you? Because we won the European Cup more times than any of the English Cup, 6 times. And it's James's. I do apologise in advance. It's James's quiz.
The first one I think you've already mentioned, so this should be an easy one to kick things off. Number 1, you made your Liverpool debut in the League Cup against whom?
Yeah, that was Salford Park. It was Crystal Palace.
Correct. Number 2, against which club did you score your first Liverpool goal?
Don't lose this one, mate.
Is it probably Sunderland?
Yes,
correct. Yeah. Number 3.
Penalty. It was a penalty.
Yes.
It doesn't matter at all.
Number 3. How many goals did you score for Finland?
That was broken. That was a record. That was broken by Teemu Pukki a couple of years ago. That must be something like 30 plus. Something like if I say 31, 32, something like that.
We'll give you that.
Stick with that.
32.
Stick with that.
Number 4. How many times did you win the Finnish Football Association Player of the Year award?
Only a couple.
Was it?
That's 9 times.
9 times,
yeah,
correct.
Because Sami Hyypiä came later and equal.
Right.
Also 9 times. Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah, Big Sami. Yeah.
Right. Number 5. When you finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or, George Weah won it. Which German player finished 2nd?
Klinsmann.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. This is for the full set.
Where are the quiz questions? These are the basic ones.
Finally, you made your final Liverpool appearance off the bench in April 2002 against which London club?
Was it Anfield?
No,
it was in London.
Yes.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Correct. 6 out of 6.
So what? Hold on, mate. Them questions were a piece of fucking piss. Normally they're harder than that.
Next time 37.
No, for the third time, there's Aldo Meets Peter Schriewersmann, James Pearce, and the one and only Jari Litmanen. Big pleasure.
That was amazing.